Good morning, it is Monday and the start of a work week and I am getting to work. So today, my main thing that I need to do is finish and submit my final Adobe Max presentation. So I've roughed them both out, but I really do need to refine them to the point where I can deliver them, and I'm actually going to practice them a few times today. Before I can get started working, I'm facing some distractions because on Twitter, people are sending me photos of them getting their book and it's just the best ever. I can't even explain how cool it is. Like, if you ordered my book and you get it, like, don't hesitate to show me that you got it, because it just makes me so happy. Oh man, that's so cool. And there you go. Hey self, opening my copy of. Man, I can't even tell you. Like, yeah. So this thing, like the fact that this exists in reality and that people are holding it, like me. Like, I know I bang on about this like way too much. Someone said it to me on Twitter to not apologize for it because, you know, justifiably it's very exciting for me. It really is the realization of like a life goal. Like, I was 12 years old writing my own how to draw book. I'm sorry. If you haven't seen, I did a video on my channel quite a while ago showing my how to draw book collection, right? So these are some of my more prestigious books: The Illusion of Life and the Art Book and the Animator's Survival Kit. Art of World of Warcraft was one of my favorites. I got that at the Met and I loved the art in that. And then of course some art in this book is amazing. It's a Witchblade special edition hardcover. But these are my how to draw books down here, and there's even more stacked behind there. So I have quite the collection that I've collected ever since I was 12. I was obsessed with collecting these how to draw books because they were just so fun. Like, they just really sparked my passion energy in creating worlds and stories and characters. I know they're all sort of cooped up away in this cupboard, not seen by anyone. I have plans to change that because I have this sort of blank area here that I want to turn into a sort of a display shelf, and I'll put all my how to draw books out there on display where they belong, and then front and center I get to put this. Like, that to me is just so exciting, and it's the book I feel like I would have loved most when I was 12. You know, I wrote the thing I loved doing most. It's making characters, and I think that's why I fell in love with art, because I still remember the first characters I invented. There was Mullet Joe, was this little webcomic character I made who wasn't very funny, but I loved drawing him. There was Cedric the Strong, who was this like mustached barbarian character. There was this character called Derek, who is sort of similar to my Jazza avatar in that, like, he was semi-based on me, or at least I sort of saw myself as this Derek character, and I don't know why, but I liked the name Derek. Anyways, it was what made me so happy to be honest, at a time where I really didn't have friends and I didn't have other things around me to really make me confident and make me happy. I made it for myself, and it was awesome, you know, and that led to the rest of my life. Like, it's such a special time for me when I look back on that, and this feels like that time, which could have been the worst time for me in my entire life, is the best. When I look back at who I was when I was 12, I was happiest because I discovered what I love and I just ran with it. Even though at school people around me didn't think I was particularly worth their time or even, you know, respect. I just felt like the need to explain why I bang on about this so much, because it really does mean so much to me. And every time one of you tweets a picture holding my book, I'm really grateful. And like, no matter the circumstances, I will never get tired of that. So thank you so much. And if you're interested, and if you think this is something you might be interested in, please check it out. But again, you know, there are people who message on Twitter or leave comments who say, you know, they can't afford the book or something like that. I totally understand. Like, don't feel like pressured, or like I don't appreciate people who are my fans who don't pay for things that I put out there. I feel like it doesn't make a scrap of difference to me. If you take the time to watch my content, I really appreciate that. So please don't take that like that. But I do sincerely enjoy and appreciate people who do get the book and share that, and I just want to take a moment to say thank you for anyone who's done that, and encourage you to continue to share that with me and not feel like I might get sick of it, because I never will. Anyways, I need to get to work. Turns out I can't get started because I'm looking for my little presentation clicky thing, because I actually need it for when I give the presentation and I can't find it. But I want to actually like practice as if I was delivering it, and I'm also leaving next week, so I actually do need to find it. So hooray, more procrastination things. This is where I store most of my miscellaneous crap, but it's not in there. By the way, please take notice of how organized my cable boxes are. These are supposed to be thrown in a random bag. Anyways, I digress. I found it. I found the clicky thing. This is my clicky thing. The thing, oh, there it is. The USB thing is inside of it. I plug it into a laptop and I go click, click, click. And it changes the slides. And it also has a laser pointer. Wait, where is it? It's not on. We're gonna turn it on. Alright, this is my presentation. Just flicking through it quickly. So I'm just gonna give it a go. Okay, it turns out I can't get started because my e-licenser, this is like a licensed dongle for Cubase, isn't working. I've tried it at the back of the computer, and now I'm trying it at the front of the computer just so I can see what's happening. So when I plug it in, it's detected, it turns on. That's all good. Then when I go to open Cubase, notice this red light is on, and then it's off. And it tells me that there's no e-licenser detected. It's never really done this to me before. I'm gonna do what they do in the IT crowd. I'm gonna try turning it off and on again. What? Okay, let's just hope that wasn't anything breaking. I'm running a USB 3 extension cable through behind the computer, plugging my USB 3 hub into that. And I'm just going to leave the dongle in that and then see what happens when I turn on the computer. Okay, the computer is on, and this light was on, but it's just turned off. So that's not comforting. I'm just going to plug it in again. So the light's on. No, it just blinks and turns off. Is it damaged or something? No e-licenser was found, so I guess this little thing's broken. It's fine, I've got a backup computer, so I'm going to just set this up. It shouldn't take too long. I'm going to set up the recording program. On that computer I have a different version of Cubase and a different licenser, and that should be good to go, but it'll take me 20 minutes to set up. I need to record the audio of it so I can go back through it and take notes and stuff. And I need to buy another one of these e-licenses. Yay! Jesus, it's $55 just for the licensing dongle. Man, that sucks. Seriously, $55. Plus postage, hooray! Okay, my presentation is ready to go and to test. I have my clicky thing and the mic is connected to this computer, which is now going to record. Click, and that's recording. And I can practice. I'm very aware that the talk's title, Telling My Stories My Way, my journey to becoming a self-made artist, sounds quite selfish, but I want to begin by stating that self-made and the entire self-theme of this talk is less about being selfish and more about being true to yourself. And that. Alright, so I've done my run through, and the talk goes for, or at least my rambling first attempt at it goes for like 52 minutes, and the actual talk goes for 75 minutes. It's okay, I'm confident I've got that. I'm just going to listen through my recording and just dot point the whole thing out and then just sort of structure it a bit, because I know there were some places where I could have added more or added something later where I should have said it earlier, but it's good because I knew that when I was saying it, so now I can go through, type it all out, and I can try it again. The other thing I'm slightly conflicted about, to be honest, is the idea of question time, like taking questions, because I know that my career is like something that's bit unusual, and I think something people are curious about or have some questions about sometimes. And, you know, that being said, I don't want to be like this douche who's like, so there's 15 minutes left. Who wants to ask me questions about me? Obviously, you all want to know about me and what I do. You know, I really want it to be, I want to, you know, it's like the question of the day we do here. It's the point of it isn't that. It's to sort of allow people the opportunity to ask about the field of work that I'm in and me to sort of expound upon it. But yeah, I'm sort of wondering if I should allow time for that, or if there's like a way to communicate or ask if they want that. Because what I don't want is 10 minutes of question time and people just sort of looking around quietly. Okay, so it's nearly the end of the day. I've left an hour and 10 minutes left to practice my talk. So it has to fill that amount of time. I've finished off gathering the finer points, adding a few slides, and then refining my presentation. And I've also gone through and refined my other presentation. I haven't finished that one yet or practiced that one yet, but it's less sort of required to be as constructed as my main one. Even though it's not my main one. They're both my main ones, but you get the point. They're sort of different. One's more of a tutorial, this is more of a tutorial, but I'm practicing the presented one. Okay. That's recording. My time officially starts now. In any situation where I introduce myself and what I do for a living to people, it can be quite difficult because there are a few aspects of it. These are the main aspects of it. I'm an influencer, a YouTuber and social media personality, and an author and television presenter. Now, the last ones, the author, television presenter, things like that, are much more easily understood by people and also considered to be more substantial or valuable. But the reality is they are predicated upon and are resulting from my work as an influencer and social media YouTuber and so on and so forth. So really, this influencer thing and being a YouTuber is a very recent development in society, and it's a really bizarre, strange thing to decode and explain to people. I know when my wife actually gave birth, we were in the hospital, and the doctor turned to her and said, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And she said, "Oh, well, currently I'm a teacher." And she said a little bit about what she did, and he was very interested and asked some questions. Then he turned to me and said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber." And he goes, "So anyway, the baby is healthy," and like totally skipped the conversation. Okay, so I tested my presentation. This one took longer than the amount of time designated, so I'll just have to waffle on less and be a little more controlled in my speech, but I'm just gonna have to practice it here and there before I give it as well. But it's good to know that I can at least fill the time if I need to, yeah. But practice is required. Anyways, I'm done for the day. I have to head off to a nephew's birthday party, which I'm excited about. I should also remind you that the stream is tomorrow, so come join in. It'll be a shorter one, but we're doing a collab with some other YouTuber-y friends of mine that I'm excited about. So come along and join the stream. Details are in the description, as are the details of my book, which I mentioned earlier in the video. And now it's time for the question of the day. Broken Plate Studios says, will your book be out in Australian bookstores? Yes, I'm not sure which ones, but I know they have a distributor in Canada and the UK and Australia. And it's obviously in the US. So that's 4 pretty hefty regions. It's mostly English speaking, of course, but I think they might even investigate translating the book for other countries as well. So that's pretty exciting. But yes, the answer is it will be in Australian bookstores, but again, I'm not sure which ones or when or where. But I don't know, keep your eyes peeled. Maybe have a look. If you see one, if you ever see this in a bookstore, I mean, aside from ordering it and taking a photo and sending it to me and that making my day, if you ever see it on a shelf in a bookstore, please show me that photo. Man, that will make my day. All right, I'm wrapping up and I'm gonna head off.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Is that good? This is that's what this is. Yeah.
Yeah, attaboy. Yeah. That is a nod of approval. In my haste to work on my presentation and all of the other crazy stuff today, I completely neglected to realize that my collab with Proco is coming out today. It's actually tonight my time, so it's coming out 11 PM my time, so 2 hours from when I record this, but definitely it's out by the time you see this vlog. And it'll be 5 AM Proco's time, so I'm not sure if he'll be up to soak it all in. I'm sort of lucky there because I get to enjoy that all. But definitely go click the link in the description. There'll be plenty of links in the description today. But go check out the collab because his part is amazing. I really had fun producing my part, so you really should go watch it, and I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, that'll do for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.